Stu and Jill's radio show.
Hey Sean, how are ya?
Hey buddy, it's good to be back. How are you?
Yeah, good to be back. We had a great day at Belmore Oval yesterday, didn't we?
Oh yes, it was a very good day.
It
It
was
was
bloody
miles
hot.
all around until the last 10 minutes of the game where 3 tries were let in.
I
And
know.
let's just say it gave everyone, including us, big heart attacks.
Oh, I was starting to get pissed off, wasn't I?
Yep.
Oh, you should have seen
I was
me
screaming from my
swearing.
lungs, no,
And
no, no.
I was screaming, fuck!
I think every St. Dogs fan would have been screaming that or other expletives.
I know. How stupid was that streaker on the What a
My
dickhead.
God, that's freaking, man.
Did that get
What?
shown on Channel 9?
I'm not sure. I didn't see the
Oh my
telecast.
god. Neither did I, but what a dickhead to do that.
Yeah, all that security.
Yeah, I wish we could have caught the ball in the stand, eh? That would have been good, when they kick it in the tuck.
Yeah, we were close a few times, but it was unfortunately not meant to be.
Exactly. No, I had a good time. Look, it was very hot yesterday, Sean. I was surprised, the game for the players' welfare didn't get called off because it was too hot.
It was very hot yesterday. It was boiling, man. Like
I know.
I thought, honestly, they should have moved the game at least till like later in the evening when it was a bit cooler. But at the end of the day, look, the NFL made a decision to play that time and still make it go ahead regardless of the weather. So unfortunately, it's out of our hands.
Exactly. I'm surprised. I don't know how the players can cope. You think about heat stress getting involved, but normally this time of the year we're in round 3. It's always still going to be hot, but it should get colder by the time April comes around, and then people are going to whinge. It's too cold.
People will whinge no matter what, mate. Don't worry about that. But look,
It's like,
hot weather,
yeah,
cold weather, I'll still go to the footies for my team.
exactly. I was so happy to upgrade my membership to the Blue Zone, Sean. I got all my home games included. That's good. Get to sit in a designated area. I'm very happy.
Good. Value for money. I cannot recommend it enough.
I know,
Get a
and
season ticket holder.
I was upset because I couldn't buy merch, and I don't understand why they don't take cash. Like that's the most stupidest thing you can do to your customers and say, especially pensioners, Sean, if they want to go, oh, we can't take cash. You got to pay by card. Well, then that's the club's loss.
Yeah, everything's all cashless these days, mate. It's society's heading that way now. It's been like that ever since COVID.
I know venues, I know Kudos Bank arenas since COVID went cashless. But at least Belmore was nice. At least they let me bring my 2 bottles of water in, and I was very thankful for that. Because they're a place they won't even let you do that.
Yeah, look, even at ANZ, they allow you to bring plastic bottles, but not metal
Just not.
bottles. It's
Yeah. No, it was all good because I'd never been to a football game in years, and I know things have changed. Now it was an easy entry to get in. The security were very nice actually at Belmore.
yeah, security. They're always nice to us. Like if
Exactly.
if you're nice to them, they'll be nice back to you.
Exactly. No, it's all good. And I had a great day yesterday, Sean. Except how stupid was it? We arrived to McDonald's on the way home, and it took 15 minutes just to cook me a large fries. I was pissed.
Honestly, thought something happened to you.
I know, and I'm ringing you, shot. I was
Hey,
gonna go off me head in there. Yeah.
I rang you. Let's see. You okay, dude? Look, I thought you were abducted by aliens.
I know. I think your dad was starting to get the shit.
Yeah.
I don't
We
blame
both
him,
thought you were
dude.
being abducted by aliens.
I know. I said to your dad, look, I'm sorry they took long. Do you want me to go offer them? I was about to. No, it's great to be a Bulldog supporter, Sean. Yeah, so hopefully, do ANZ have a merch store for the Bulldogs?
Yes, they do, mate.
Oh,
Yes,
that'll
they
be
do.
good. Yeah, because I'll be going to watch them play the Cowboys.
That's good.
So I get my own area. And, yeah, and no, it's just good to be in the shade. I don't know how the people, oh man, were able to watch that game in the sun, in the grass area at Belmore.
Yeah.
I don't know how they put up with that.
You know what? I remember one game many years ago. It was an
Yeah,
ANZ Stadium, right? Or it's
yeah,
called Accor now. And
yeah,
it was
Acor.
it was back in 2010. And we
Yeah,
played the Roosters, and it was so hot.
I
And
know.
ironically, we won that game 60-14.
Fuck. How are the players' welfare after heat like that?
They'll probably be all exhausted, man. Like,
Of course.
at least, we're all generous enough to, allow drink breaks.
Well, they have to. They should. They need to. Welfare.
It is, it's especially in that heat.
Yeah. So the second half, I thought was dragging on a bit because of the sort of couple of stoppages, silly penalties given away. The Bulldogs started slacking off. They
Yeah.
played great in the first. We were all cheering. We were going nuts in the stand where I was. But you look at the price of food and drink when you go to a game. It's they price scalp it.
Yeah, look, you're better off just buying it from, like, a supermarket or,
I know.
or the petrol station.
Oh, exactly. But how do they get away with that?
Honestly, Steve, like, it's money, mate. That's what I think.
I
There's all
guarantee
like
if
big
you go,
corporations and they do all they want.
yeah, and look, if you go to State of Origin this year to Acor, I guarantee for the tickets, I know we get discounts, but they're fucking expensive.
Big event, mate.
You been to State of Origin?
I've been to a few State of Origin, Steve. The
What?
atmosphere is terrific.
How much would an average ticket cost?
Oh my goodness, it wasn't cheap, that's for sure. Put it this way.
Were, were you sitting near the field, or were you like right up the back?
Well, one Origin we sat right up the top, right, like the
Yeah,
nosebleeds. That was like 2014,
yeah,
and we won the series that year. And I remember a couple of times we sat, not on the front row, but like a few areas up on the front, so like we're close to the field.
yeah.
But I had a good experience, every Origin I went, like, it's worth it, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going this year, but if not, I'll just watch it from home, eh?
Yeah,
Especially if you got things to do in the morning, and then you got to think about your commuting time, and then having to get out of the venue. Like, how long did it take for us to get out of Belmore yesterday? It was so
quite
packed.
some, quite some time, dude. Or people were literally walking all over us. Look, I literally stopped so that way I wouldn't lose you.
I know, and I was looking for you, and then we had to wait. We went, had to use the toilets there. You have to sort of wait for people. By the time you fart ass around, you go into the toilet. Man, you're just exhausted. Like,
Yeah,
no, it was
like,
awesome, man. I can't wait to go back there when they see watch the Broncos.
it's a good suburban ground, Steve Belmore. It's very good.
Beautiful. It's got the playing surface was beautiful. It was very wonderful grass as well. The grass was nice.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best suburban rugby league grounds. Like it's a shame they can't play there all the time because they've got to it's got to be up to standards with the NRL. But
Yeah.
it's like all suburban grounds. It's just I think they only, to me, well, it's obvious at the club they only use Belmore for occasions where it would be obvious they won't be able to draw a crowd.
Yeah.
But like big games, like if you're playing like South Sydney, Good Friday, they'll play them at ANZ.
Yeah.
Whereas like you're playing like a team like the Broncos or like West Tigers,
Yeah.
like they'll play them at Belmore.
Yeah.
Like the Good Friday matches, they're always good to watch. Like they're probably my favourite non-grand final matches.
Exactly. Well, I
Like
know the
they have
Bulldogs.
the atmosphere. They draw a
Yeah.
big crowd, and like it's like
Yeah.
it's like watching a grand final in April.
Oh shit. Yeah. I know the Bulldogs are playing South Sydney at Acor, but that's classed as a away game for some reason. But yet it's our home ground. I don't understand that.
What happens? It's like South Sydney, they own ANZ. Like they also have like an
Oh.
agreement to have home games at ANZ, and every
Yeah.
Good Friday, like each year they would rotate between like Bulldogs and South Sydney to be their home game. Like for instance, like one year it'll be Bulldogs home game, then
Yeah.
another year it'll be South's home game. And to correct you there, Steve, it's actually Bulldogs home game
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
on this Good Friday, so it's our turn.
on the membership, it says you get access to one reciprocal away game with South Sydney, so that must be it.
Yeah, that's when they would play like at ANZ, like the
Yeah.
away games.
Yeah.
But like this year's Good Friday match is our home game.
Yeah. No, it'll be good. Get out for Good Friday.
So
I never.
the away match will be the 8th of July. That's the match you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was saying about I was looking up the ladder for this year's comp. Penrith, are they going up to the Northern Territory later in the year?
I'm not sure, Steve, but normally Parramatta do that.
They're going in the dry season. How the hell are they going to play that? It's going to be hot.
Gonna be like that's the thing, Steve. Like it's very warm, but somehow the players get used to it. Like I think we'll do that just to expand the game. Bring game attention up to in an AFL state.
Yeah, no, because AFL. I don't think there's an AFL team in Northern Territory. I know they just play like the state, like the rugby league do. Oh,
Yeah,
I feel sorry for the New South Wales Cup blokes having to play like right in the peak of the heat. Get
reserve
the
graders.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at least they got the job done. That's the main thing. But I think they should have done at least delayed the game on until it was a bit cooler. But look, it's out of our hands, Steve. Whatever the
I
NRL says
know
goes.
exactly. What goes goes. I mean, at least they went ahead. But I asked it like, if it ever got to a point and it hit 40 degrees, would they actually call a game off and call it a draw? Has that ever happened?
I'm not sure, Steve.
Because that would be interesting. Um, Like going to NFL, for instance, there's been games called off because of weather or the pitch was or the turf was shit, and they've actually called games off.
There's been games called off because of snow in the
Yeah,
NFL.
I know, and yet they're playing on artificial turf, Sean.
Yeah,
You
it's
remember this year's Super Bowl? The turf cost $800,000 for the grass, and players
not
were
cheap.
complaining. Yeah, and they were slipping on it when they kicked off. And it wasn't the best turf to play on. Now, $800,000 grass, that's expensive.
Yeah, the NFL's like they they use a lot of money for to make it big there, Steve. Like all players, they get big contracts. Like marketing, everything.
Mm.
More expensive
Oh
than down
yeah.
here.
Well,
Like the
you look
Super
at
Bowl.
yeah. The Super Bowl is generally big
Man.
business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You know
true.
that, Sean.
Steve, can you hear me?
But yeah, you there, dude?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You just sound like you're a bit far. Nah, you're all good.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think my headphones are dying.
It's all good. But no, if you want to get a replacement pair, I'll just keep chatting.
I'll be okay, buddy. I think you can hear me
Alright, mate.
clear, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you clear. We can edit you and make you sound good.
Thanks, buddy.
No, it's all good. No, it's like going back to the rugby league versus NFL. I mean, Americans are saying that rugby league is like they hit each other hard, and they're not wearing helmets now. Round 1 and 2 this year, the teams were playing like they're in the semi-finals, and I'm watching the game, right, and I'm thinking, dude, these guys are just going all out, and it's only like round 1.
You know what, Steve? That always happens in the early rounds of the competition. They
Yeah,
all go hard out because they're keen to get on the field. After a big preseason, everyone wants to go back out there and basically build the shit out of each other.
yeah. I don't watch the preseason actually. To me, the preseason it doesn't mean anything.
Like, Steve, look, teams have won preseason games and have gone on to basically lose in the main competition. And
Yeah,
teams have lost all their preseasons and kicked us in the main competition. Like the preseason, Steve, is only there to test combinations and test the
exactly.
the gyms. That's all it does. I mean, like I remember on the Bulldogs fan forum, right? Half our fans freaked out when we lost the one trial game against Cronulla, right?
Yeah,
But look, yeah, it's not ideal to lose a preseason game, but when at the end of the day, look at where Cronulla now, and look where we are on the ladder at the moment.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
Do you
Like,
go to the preseason games or not?
nah, Steve. Look,
Nah,
what's the point?
not worth it.
It's not worth it. It means sweet FA. Look, the Dogs, right? They
Yeah,
they won the preseason game against Canva, and we didn't have our full strength team on, nor did Canva.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and these same fans who panicked and roasted the team on the fan forum were the same people who blew their load in the Raiders preseason win. Like, here we are now, going to round 4, and Dogs have won, 2 matches and lost one. One,
Well, they
one of our
beat
losses, we
against the
beat what?
Storms.
Yeah, a well-known competition favourite in the Storm. That was a good game.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I was surprised they did because Melbourne is one of the hardest teams to beat, and round 1 they defended so much against Penrith, and they managed to pull off the win in like the last minute. I don't know what happened this week, why they lost. Because I always tip Melbourne unless they're playing against the Bulldogs, our team.
Like, to correct you there, Steve, they actually just beat Parramatta round 1. Then they play
Yeah,
us the following week, and we played well that match against Melbourne. It's to get a win in Amy Park. It's a big deal. With you know these past few couple of weeks to me have been growing pains for the team. It's going to be like Gus Gould said. Early on in the year, the road's not going to be smooth. It's these next couple of years, it's not going to be smooth sailing.
of course not. It's not like that for any football team. You got Redcliffe Dolphins, who are my, you could say second favourite team, and I see great potential in Redcliffe. Wayne Bennett's willing to take on take the job on, and good on him.
Wayne Bennett, he is a fantastic coach. Like he's led Broncos to premierships, St George to a premiership, and led South Sydney to their last grand final against the Panthers. Like
Yeah,
he's such a good coach. Like they even got a documentary on Stan called Dawn of the Dolphins.
you watched it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'd love to watch. Because you get to see what he's thinking. Like, and
Well,
like
exactly.
you see his, get about to pick. You get to see his thought process on recruiting players. Like, he's a coach that like you, you just respect because he's done it all in the game.
Of course. Like
Like
when
I would love to have had him at the Dogs. He's
of course.
he himself admitted that like he has a soft spot for him, and like I reckon our players would have learnt a lot under him.
Yeah. I mean, he coached South Sydney as well.
Yeah, he coached South Sydney as well, and he's just whatever team he touches, he gets him into shape.
I know. It's like when Redcliffe played up at Redcliffe, the fans were packed out. They were going cheering and ballistic. And it's great to see that there is a team in Queensland that they're willing to expand the competition.
Like the Redcliffe Dolphins, they've been around for a long time, even before they
Yeah,
played, in the first grade rugby league. Like, apparently it's been going for quite some time. And Arthur Beetston, right, he wanted the Redcliffe Dolphins to be, in the competition one day.
cool. And look where they are now. And I honestly hope Redcliffe, can secure a premiership.
I won't be surprised if it's not too far away, mate. I mean,
Oh,
like
I
the
wouldn't either.
Panthers, look good then. Like nearly what 10, 11 years ago, they were on the verge of bankruptcy, and then ironically, the current Bulldogs general manager Phil Gould saved
Yeah.
them and built them up from the ground up, and they won 2 premierships, and he's doing that to us at the moment.
So how Penrith nearly go into bankruptcy? What happened to the club?
Like it was just a lot of mismanagement, Steve. Like it was just being
Oh,
mismanaged all over the place, and Gus Gould basically, he got a loan from like James Packer,
oh
you know,
shit.
help
That's
help
a
him fix the
risk.
club. Yeah,
So if
and
if Penrith had a went
thinking,
bankrupt, what
yeah,
would happen? Would there be another NRL team in Penrith, or would they just go to the reserve grade? Like,
I wouldn't be too sure, Steve. Like they nearly, they'll, which I wouldn't be too sure, Steve. To be honest, but like Penrith, like they'll, they had a bad roster. Everything from top down was just not working
yeah,
out, and it took literally Gus years to get them to where they are now.
I don't. Man, like that's a huge risk to take, honestly, in a football team. That's something I would never do.
Yeah, like you should like when you get a chance, read up on it, Steve.
Yeah, well, because we are supporting our club by getting a membership.
Yeah, like and what Gus is doing to the Dogs right now. He did that to Penrith. I mean,
Yeah,
like Penrith, they've got a big junior nursery, and and they weren't taking advantage of it.
yeah,
And like, it's disappointing that clubs like the West Tigers, they've got a big junior nursery out in Campbelltown, and they're not using it. Like
I know. Campbelltown Stadium needs to be used more for the West Tigers. Number one, it's easy for the people in Western Sydney to go to. Number two, it's a
yeah,
nice home ground. I like it, and it's easy to
no,
get to. Instead of going to Leichhardt, because Leichhardt, you can't even get a seat at Leichhardt Oval. You got to stand up.
yeah. Like, I've never been to Leichhardt Oval, but I agree with you. You know, like, I need to play more games up at Campbelltown. Like, it'd be easy for people to
Well,
get to,
exactly.
and you know, like it's literally what a few minutes from where I live. You know,
Well, yeah. Look, I've
it's
met John I've met John Scandalis, who used to play for the Tigers.
you know, to me, like if they played more in Campbelltown, they'll get more bums in seats. You know, like it's
Yeah,
like they should they should try at least. I heard somewhere they're going to try and make a centre of excellence up in Campbelltown.
yeah. Well, you remember John Scandalis?
I remember John Scandals,
Yeah, I met
2005
him.
Premiership player.
Yeah, I met him at a function at Campbelltown Catholic Club. He's a good bloke.
He, he sure is, mate.
He was talking about how training in the heat. Imagine training on a 35-degree day as your day job. He's talking about that,
Yeah,
and what it's like to be a football player. What's John Scandalis? Is he managing the Tigers now?
I'm not sure, Steve.
I think he is. And there was Bo Ryan. I met Bo Ryan as well when he did Bo Nose on the footy show. You remember that?
Yeah,
And I don't know what's happened to the footy show. That was good.
it's died off, man. It's not the same anymore. Like, you know, when to
Mm,
in comparison to when Matty Johns, Paul Vorden, Peter Sterling, and Chief Harrigan were on there. You know what I mean?
yeah, but no, we'll wait and see. I've been playing NRL fantasy as well. I traded out 2 players today who were injured. That sucks when your players get injured.
You know what, Steve? That's like one of the main reasons why I stopped playing because you have to always monitor like the websites. See who's injured, who's not playing, and then after a while, it just gets you, and you're like, stuff this.
Yeah, it gives me something to do, Sean.
Yeah, I'd be a typical comp, Steve. All you're doing is what picking the winners, and that's it.
Exactly, I play that too. I
Yeah.
traded in. I think I got 3 Storm players on my side.
Hmm.
So I'm always looking for the top ones. But when you got a salary, you
Yep,
can't
that
go
too.
over your salary cap.
Price like real life.
So how does the fantasy work when you get points? Is it when a player scores or gets a certain amount of meters that they
Yeah.
average? I kind of figured that out. It's free. Look, it's on NRL.com. It's free to play. I thought, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Why not, mate?
Except for Supercoach, I don't bother with Supercoach.
Super coach. I used to do super coach, Steve.
Did ya?
Much the same deal. Yeah, same deal.
Yeah. You got to pay for the subscription, and I'm like, nah.
I played the free version of super coach.
Oh, okay. Send it to me when you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's good taking on my new endeavours, Sean, because I know I heard you on the show. I never really was interested in football, but I don't know some reason now. I just thought, look, I'll give it a go.
I've converted you to the dark side.
Exactly. No, it's good. It's just great to get out of the house, man. And I think since 2.5, 2 years of lockdown, people miss it, and must have been shit going in limited capacity.
Yeah.
Um, you know, uh, but no, I'm looking forward to the season.
Watching sport during the pandemic was like watching a practice run.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
You might as well go and watch an old grand final, Cowboys versus the Broncos.
That's a good grand final.
Oh, has there ever been a grand final drawn?
I, there was one drawn, I think, back in the 70s.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
happened?
I'm gonna search up for you now.
Yeah, because they never used to
Yeah,
have
I
the
see.
golden point. Yeah.
And right. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, no, it was good, you know. But the game's gotten faster, definitely. It's changed a lot. Um, there's so many Symbians in round one and MIAs, and oh my god, I'm thinking, dude, guys, settle down. You're not in the semi-finals. You don't need to beat the shit out of each other. And you can literally hear the thuds on your TV. Like yesterday, you heard a couple of thuds here and there, but I
Yeah.
was surprised, and I don't think any player got injured yesterday or HIA'd.
Yeah, it's the whole HIA now is just, they're trying to take more precautions because of,
Yeah. Did someone
you know,
get sent off yesterday?
um,
I don't think so. I
no,
thought someone got
no,
sent to the
so,
bin yesterday.
yeah, yeah, that's right. I think it was in 1978. Manly and Cronulla drew in the grand
Yeah,
final.
shit.
How do we play 3 days 3 days later?
3 days
Manly won
later? Are
16-0. Yeah,
you serious?
yeah.
3 days later they play it. Oh my god, I thought they'd do it a week later, man. Players be
But apparently they
pissed.
did it because the Australian kangaroo style was supposed to depart to
Yeah.
England. Weekend following.
Oh, fucking hell. They must have changed up their squad or something. Oh man, that must have been. Oh.
Yeah,
How would you feel if you're a player? I know, and then you busted your ass off for 80 minutes and it's drawing. You got to do it next week.
yeah, it'd be annoying.
Oh, that's why they bring in the golden point.
Yeah, it's a good idea actually. The golden point, like at least it decides. I, I know some people don't like it, but at least it decides a winner. You know what I mean? To me, a football game has to have a
Exactly.
winner and a loser. That's it.
Well, exactly. Now I'm thinking like, how come games they just don't call it a draw in like the early round? They always go to golden point.
Well, it's decided, but sometimes they do. I remember sometimes they used to do like golden point
Mm.
if both teams drew after both like hearts, so called a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I don't mind a draw. Actually, I quite like it because both
The
teams
team
get a
gets the
point.
point each.
And
It's
plus, it was a
better.
darn bloody good game to be a draw anyway.
That's it.
You know, and that's what you pay to see. You know, and yeah, I mean, people complain, oh, it was a draw, but I think, wow, you know, these guys were willing to give it their all.
That's it.
So it's like State of Origin, for instance, Queensland. I don't know how they're so dominant. They always seem to win the series. Yeah, and I'm a New South Wales supporter. But since Queensland had players like Jonathan Thurston retire, Cameron Smith, how do you think they'll go this year? They
Look,
always kept the same side.
basically, it's because Steve they picked the right players. That's it. Like New South Wales, right?
Yeah,
Like as I'm a proud Blues fan, but sometimes selection wise they make the wrong decisions.
yeah. Plus
Like
coach, I mean,
last year, right?
yeah.
You know, for instance, Brad Fittler, for some weird reason, New South Wales coach didn't want to pick Josh Arrow and a few other players that have backfired on him.
Oh,
I mean, look, I know Arrow you know, was playing a bad Bulldog side last year, but that to me, New South Wales could have used his skills, to help him out of trouble last year.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? How
yeah,
football.
works.
Yeah, it's such huge business, man. Like you said, Phil Gould having to take out a second loan to buy the Penrith Panthers, man. That's I don't
Yeah,
know
down
how
top,
someone could do.
if you get time
Yeah,
went up the story, but I'm pretty sure that's what he needed to do. Look, I'm not sure if that needed to happen, but if you
yeah.
read up on it more, it will explain the full story. It's just my memory, you know.
It was a time South Sydney were going to go bankrupt, and I think Russell Crowe ended up buying them, didn't he?
Yeah, he bought a muscle quarry. Like, they were kicked out of the competition one stage, and they had that march back in 2002 to inscale them back in.
What they get
Like,
kicked out for? That's and how the hell how I don't understand how South Sydney would get kicked out of the
yeah,
competition.
they were kicked out of the competition in 1999
Yeah,
after failing to meet the criteria for revamped team competition.
yeah, yeah,
And the Dogs were the only club to try and help them back in. Like, the Dogs were the only club they didn't want. They did not want them to get kicked out.
yeah. Well, that's pretty nice of the Bulldogs. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
want any NRL team to be getting kicked out because this is a player's job.
I know, Steve. Like, it's to me. Look, it sucks for any team to be kicked out of a competition because players
Of
and coaches
course,
as their livelihoods, and then you know it leaves fans wondering which team I'm going to support. And like
I
9 out of
know
10, most fans can't bring themselves to support another team because
exactly.
like, for instance, like, hypothetically, if the Bulldogs were to be kicked out of the competition, like, I'm saying this hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring myself to support any other team.
So
You
you
know,
wouldn't go and support West Tigers or Penrith?
I don't know, Steve. Like,
Yeah, it's a
'cause
hard one.
to me, right, and then say, look, the Bulldogs get reinstated, I will end up supporting backing the Bulldogs like I always would. You know,
Exactly.
I'll probably watch the games as neutral
Yeah.
if that were to happen. Like,
It won't happen, Sean. The Bulldogs will not be getting
I
kicked
know,
out of the
Steve.
comp.
I know, Steve. We're a big club, mate. But I'm just saying, in a hypothetical,
Yeah. You
you
see,
know,
West Tigers, the problem with the West Tigers, they don't have the amount of money like, say, Manly do to buy all the good players. They don't have the very best side. They have
yeah,
average. I could tell yesterday how the Tigers were playing.
yeah.
Um,
I think it was
don't
just,
don't
yeah,
forget
go.
any of these blokes to make the NRL in the first place is darn bloody good. But I would like to see, you could say our home team, the West, improve and start getting to the grand final because they did it in 2005 with Benji Marshall.
Like, that's the thing, Steve. Like, they have a good junior system, but all their juniors went to other clubs. Like,
Mm,
Ryan Pappenhausen for Melbourne.
yeah,
He was a West junior. James
yeah,
Tedesco was just
yes,
fullback, West junior.
yeah,
Josh
yeah,
Adokar.
yeah.
Basically the Tigers coach at the time said he wasn't good enough. Joined Melbourne, won a couple of grand finals, and then you know he decided he wanted to come back to Sydney, and Dogs and Tigers were in the run for him, and he chose the Dogs.
Wow.
Like,
See, this is the business of the NRL. I mean, I know Robbie Farah was having problems with the West Tigers coach. I don't know what the hell was going on. He wasn't agreeing with getting along with him.
yeah, like the West seem to be going through coaches like Lolly Steve, and yet no one would think maybe it's the play roster.
Yeah, true. It's not an
Like,
easy job to be an NRL coach, Sean.
it's not like Nick
Uh,
Potter, the current Bulldogs assistant. He was West
mm,
Tigers coach,
yeah,
and then he took a break from the game for a couple of years and coached like the Mounties reserve grade team. And then last year, after Trent Ballard was shown the door, Nick
mm,
Potter coached us for the rest of the year last year, and he you know improved us a bit. We won more games under him.
Why was Trent Barrett sacked from the Bulldogs?
He just wasn't getting results that was required, Steve. It was unfortunately it just wasn't
Well,
working out.
Des Hasler coached our team, and he's supposed to be one of the
Steve,
best coaches.
Steve, look, like my view on Des Hasler is just very bad. Like it's just what he did to the club. Is part of the reason why we've been with shit for years.
What did he do?
Well, I'll give a brief summary because I don't want to bore people to death, but
No, it's all good.
to those listeners, like to all listeners here, like when what Hasler did to the club was he back-ended him in the previous administration. They back-ended a lot of contracts, which
Yeah,
basically in simple English means that a player's salary would go up each and every year for the duration of their contract.
yeah,
In rugby league or in sport, it's called a back-ended deal. And some players had ratchet clauses, which meant if the salary cap rose, so would a player's salary.
yeah,
And what happened, right? Previous administration miscalculated the salary cap increase. And they signed players. They
yeah,
signed a couple of players, which clauses go a bit over the cap.
yeah,
On top of the back-ended deals and match clauses of a lot of players, it caused the club to shed a lot of on-contract players.
yeah,
And from 2018 onwards, so 2018 to today, we had to basically shed a lot of player contracts and pay for
Oh,
place
shit.
pay other clubs. And our
Yeah,
CEO at the time, 5 years ago, 6 years ago now, 2018, said that look, because of what the neglect of the previous administration, we can only sign players on a minimal wage.
yeah,
So that meant basically we can only sign New South Wales Cup players. So basically from 2018 to 2020, we can only buy players on a minimum wage.
yeah.
And we also
Shit.
during that time we were able to shed a couple of players who were on contract, but that
Yeah,
just wasn't enough. It was just so bad. And during that time, it was just basically dogs trying to fight towards the spoon. And as a fan, it was just one of the most heartbreaking things to see.
well, unfortunately, my friend Sean, that's the thing with football. No team is going to be guaranteed a grand final.
That's it.
Every team goes through their shit times, like Parramatta
Yeah,
Eels. I don't know what's happened. Tigers. How many losses is this for West? 3 in a row now.
yeah. 3 in a row, Steve.
So how can West Tigers start to win? What would be your suggestion for the club?
I don't know, Steve. I honestly don't know because they've tried a lot of different stuff and nothing's worked.
I think it's the type of players they got, Sean.
Yeah, to me, I think Steve, they just, I'm trying, to keep it as diplomatic as possible, but they just got to go through that roster and be like, and just tell players, look, thank you, but you're no longer required. That's it.
Mm,
Without naming people.
yeah, very hard to do that, eh? But it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah, be interesting to see Patrick's take on it.
Yeah. Oh well, such is life, mate.
That's it. Well, at least now the dogs, we're starting to get out of the dark times, and
Mm,
hopefully we see brighter days ahead. At least from last year onwards, we can sign, better play. We're now given the ability to sign better players like Josh Adokar, Matt
mm,
Burton, Kikau, Reid Mahoney. Another dog's junior, Reed Mahoney.
Mm.
He's, you know who I'm talking about, the guy with the white headgear,
Yeah.
like dogs. He was thrown at the door by the dogs back in 2015.
Why?
He wasn't deemed good enough by the administration at the time in Hasler,
So where was he gonna go?
Parramatta.
But what did he go or not?
He went to Parramatta for from since that time. He was at Parramatta from 2016 to last year.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So in NRL, can players be traded during the season, or do they have to finish their contracts before they're shown the door?
Well, players can be shopped around, but other clubs will have to be willing to take on their salary. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they'll just let the contracts run out.
Oh, and they'll just be there on the bench, just on the practice squad, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because NFL, any time players get, like, you could play for Arizona Cardinals, and then next week, oh, you're playing for the Rams. You've been
Yeah,
traded. And then you
yeah,
have to go through all that trouble to move yourself to another city, find accommodation to rent, send money back home to your wife or kids, and then, fuck. You'd hate to do that, wouldn't you?
yeah. Like I remember, the 2021 NFL season. Like we
Mm,
traded our quarterback at the time for the
mm.
Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford, who
Yeah,
was the quarterback at the time. And I remember at that time being skeptical because the Detroit Lions, they didn't have a great winning record,
yeah.
but it proved a masterstroke because that same year we won the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Like it's some teams, Steve, you're always that you get that missing piece, and that's it. It's
I
game on.
know. Oh well, that's the nature of NFL. It's one of the most cutthroat businesses in the world, and you think, my God, the
Yeah,
like I've said before, these contracts are not guaranteed like rugby league. Like we said, if you get shown the door in rugby league, well, you still get your salary just to turn up to practice every week and just
that's
be on the
it.
bench.
Heck, you can play for one club and get paid by what your current club and your previous club.
Mm, exactly. Yeah, that's football, but playing this fantasy's teaching me a lot about running a football business. I'm doing all
You
right,
hard
mate.
life, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun. Um,
So,
yeah, but that's a rare. I guess teaches you about what real life is all about. Owning a football team.
yeah.
Yeah, rugby league. Like I remember, I was talking here yesterday or a couple of days. Like it's such a dangerous sport, and like by the time these players are hitting 30, they just can't take it anymore. Their bodies are done.
Yeah. I mean, last year Josh Jackson, our previous captain, retired because his body couldn't take it anymore.
I know. And landing on that on the grass too. That's not very nice to land on, especially if you take a big hit.
Yeah. Laying on your back on a hard
Yeah.
surface.
You
Like
know,
that's
you know,
ridiculous.
I know in NFL in the '60s they were using AstroTurf. Fuck, that must have been shit. That's like
Yeah.
almost like concrete.
Yeah.
You should look it up, artificial turf in the NFL. And you'll see
Yeah, I know.
players wear cleats instead of studs, and they're like the turf. Like uh, players have had their ankles rolled or missed opportunities because the turf monster gets you, Sean, and
Yep.
trips you over. So I wish the
True.
NFL would honestly use real grass. Come on,
Yeah.
beautiful, decent grass. Not, but the problem is like it costs. You can look at it from rugby league's point of view that it costs the team owner a lot of money to maintain it.
Of course.
It's like if say they play a concert at Acor Stadium and the grass gets a bit of damage, the event promoter has to pay for that.
True.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That's in the nature of the beast, I guess.
It's the nature of the beast, my friend.
But next this Saturday we've got the New South Wales state election coming up.
That's gonna be very interesting.
I know people are disappointed in the Perrottet government, Sean.
Everyone has their opinions on it, my friend.
I know, and I'm thinking to myself, has the New South Wales Liberal government started going to left greeny views on carbon emissions and gender equality? The both the Liberal and Labor Party, Sean, in this country, they're turned to shit.
It's to me, Steve. It's just what, just trying to get votes. That's all it is.
I know in the NDIS as well, it's always has to be a shit fight with them.
Yeah, it's been rough sailing with them for you guys. For you,
I know,
remember last
especially
year,
yeah,
you had issues with them.
yeah, the aged care as well haven't really helped my grandparents. The my aged care.
Yeah,
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, I'm to the point. I'm just fed up, and you get days you just want to go off at your caseworker on the phone. Been quite a few times I've gotten to that point.
mm-hmm.
So I just say things as they are on this show.
Yeah. I think you've spoken a few times about them on your show in the past.
I know. And people need to understand the truth that this is taxpayers' money, Sean, that's funding
Yeah,
for our
yeah.
care. And yet,
Mm-hmm.
where is our care?
Disneyland.
Exactly. And yet, my aged care will go and sponsor the cricket, advertise on, what's that? What are those advertising boards you see on the boundary?
Billboards.
Yeah, billboards. Oh god, that'd be expensive to advertise that.
Yeah,
They'll go and sponsor cricket. They've got the money to go and sponsor the cricket on Channel 9, but yet they want to stuff the elderly people around for care. Like, come on, this pathetic.
yeah. It's not right.
Yeah, how funny was the advertisement on the goalpost yesterday? Laundry at
Oh,
Belmont.
Laundry.
Yeah, laundry. It said laundry. I'm thinking, you gotta do wash your clothes.
The Laundry hotels. It's
Yeah,
easy.
I thought it was laundry. You know what you do, you washing. I think, that'd be look good for my grandma.
He is very. The Laundry's a rich man.
Yeah, they pay a lot of money to advertise.
He's a head sponsor, Steve. He's our main sponsor. He's making all the
Yeah, good
money.
on him. Yeah,
That's it. Have
good
him on the
on him.
show.
Yeah, you never know, mate. You never know.
That's it. That's it.
Saw Sonny Bill Williams on the Instagram page for the Bulldogs. So good on him. Doing some media coverage. I know. I don't
Yeah.
understand why people don't like him. Why
Well,
do they have a grudge against him?
well, like my dad said to you yesterday, Steve. He walked out on the Bulldogs in a time of need, especially after signing a 5-year contract. And left it basically without telling anybody.
Did he get in trouble for that?
Yeah, he did. He basically, you know, I took him to court, and the court said, "Look, you can't play for for 5 years. That's for the
Ah,
Bulldogs."
what
And
happened
not
then?
once in those, and not once during those 5 years did he ever come back. He went to once the ban was lifted, he went to the Roosters.
Yeah. Why did he have problem with the contract in the first place? What for?
Probably money, mate, as usual.
Well, how much
But you
money
know,
does he want? He's getting a fuckload of money to play in the
yeah.
NRL. What more do you
I
want?
mean, yeah. I mean, the Dogs literally got rid of half their roster all the time just to keep him, and that's how he repays them.
Yeah,
I mean, look, you know, that's why a lot of Bulldogs fans, you know, don't forgive him, especially at the
yeah.
time when we're running dead last and we need all the help we could get.
Or was the Bulldogs becoming a one-man team at the time?
Well, by that time, Steve, most of the 2004 team left because of the salary cap, and they
Yeah,
were putting, you know, reserve graders, and like, you know, guys like Hazwell, Masri, Luke Patton, all them could only do so much.
yeah.
You know, and Sonny Bill could have, you know, stayed and helped.
Well, exactly. That's exactly right, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is football, Sean.
True.
Players are going to bitch, complain about their salary. I mean, Sonny Bill Williams will go and do boxing. He'll probably get, he'll lose a fight and he'll get $1 million out of it
Yeah.
in sponsorships and all that.
I remember Hazwell Masri many years ago. He said, "What's he good?" He said, "You know what? He could probably do netball next."
Yeah, well,
Ah,
so it's all money.
that's it. What you want the money?
You do
You
anything to
always.
get it.
That's it. People go to the highest bidder.
That's all football is, mate.
It's true, Steve.
You know, it's yeah, it's not as cutthroat as NFL, NRL at least, and that's what the good thing is.
That's true, mate.
That's what the positivity is of our great Australian game.
That's it, Steve.
You know, but no, I've been keeping fit, keeping healthy. Um,
Good on you,
and what
mate.
it, you know, doing the podcast, of course, YouTube as well. Yeah, and just enjoying it. And excited for my new endeavors, going to the NRL, getting
You
out
know,
of the house.
that's what we need, Steve. You know, sometimes we need to take a new direction in our lives.
I know,
You know, like
yeah,
it's.
and I'm happy.
You know what, Steve? Like it's. You can't keep going the same direction forever, mate.
I know, I know,
That's it.
exactly. And yeah, enjoying my spiritual practice as well. So I keep on doing that. That's a discipline, having a spiritual practice,
Of course.
and just trying to eat as healthy as I can. Yeah, and
Be healthy,
you
mate.
know,
That's all you need to do.
yeah, doing yoga,
It's,
practice yoga, and enjoying life to the best of my abilities.
you know, like me, I go to the gym, go to my personal trainer. Be healthy is all you can ask for. That's all I can ask for, mate.
Exactly, exactly. You got to enjoy the gym. Come back on stage when the timer runs out too.
Yeah, how long do we have left? Oh
You
shit, 40 seconds. Oh no.
got time goes fast.
When you're having fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's like yeah. It's there's issues now with Disney Plus. They took down a episode of The Simpsons because they were referencing China, and now I don't understand that.
Oh boy. More more PC stuff.
I know.
It's going on out.
Yeah, come back on. Yeah, the whole PC culture is just really silly, I guess. Really, really silly and stupid at the same time.
To me, Steve, it's just they're trying to rewrite history. But look, you can't change history. You know,
Yeah,
you don't learn from the past. You can't
I know.
change it.
Well,
Like throughout
exactly.
human history, people have done messed up things. You can't change it. You know, look,
I know.
you can just move. You can only learn and move on from it.
Yeah,
You know, like it's just we live in a society now where people don't want to say anything because out of fear of offending somebody. But look, like not half the time people will be like, look, you have to tell how it is, and that's it. People don't like it, then
well, that's what
that's their problem.
yeah, that's what I do on the Stephen Shields radio show, Sean. I tell it as it is, and I've been shadow banned and cancelled myself, but I'm just going to keep telling it as it is.
Like it's like what to me, you don't share the same opinion as a certain person, then you get cancelled or you get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
I don't know, mate. Like it's look, look. I know. Look, people aren't going to agree with my views, but I'm not going to. I'm not
Yeah,
going to go out of my way and bloody cancel them.
I know. It's like Blockade Australia, these climate change activists. Remember at the start? I think was it last year or that they were just holding up the roads.
Yeah,
You remember all the floods going on?
yep. Or super gluing themselves on museum paintings and
Yeah, and
potentially
I'm
wrecking them.
thinking, yeah, who would be stupid enough to do that?
No, I want to make them pay all the damages. That's it. Heck, I've seen YouTube
Yeah,
videos of what pissed off motorists actually getting out of their cars and dragging the protesters off the road.
yeah, do it. You know, shame on these climate change activists who want to go and put people's lives in
Yeah,
danger, cost the taxpayers money with the police having to rescue them
yeah. Like,
because we're going to believe in climate change.
look. People believe. Look, most people believe in what caring for the environment. Which we should, but
Yeah,
not. Holding up, but not going about it by holding up traffic or supergluing yourself on walls or museum pieces or on the floor.
exactly,
Like, what do you do? Like,
exactly.
all you got to do is basically, well, one, get yourself in trouble, and two, experience a lot of pain in your hands because you've had your hands forcibly ripped off from the floor or wall, you know, due to your own stupidity of supergluing yourself onto it, and have your
Yeah,
skin ripped off because of it, and howling in pain, for
I know.
due to it.
Well, people have a choice. They want to do stupid shit like that, they're going to suffer the consequences.
That's it. I have one saying in life, Steve. Every decision you make, no matter how big, no matter how small, has consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, when I make a decision, I always think about the consequences. You know,
Exactly. Yeah,
I chose to come on your radio show, and I've done so for many years, and the consequences are, I've expressed my views, and we've had good conversations.
nah, it's awesome, dude. It's one of the best podcasts in Sydney, Australia.
It is.
Because I say things as they are, freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
But exactly. It was my choice to go to the footy yesterday too, and I enjoyed it.
That's it. Like you made the right decision, my friend.
Yeah,
And I chose to stick by my team during the last years, and I'll continue to do so.
Good on you. You got to do that. You got to stick by your team.
That's it.
You know, you keep sticking by your team.
Because you know what? Because the good times will be sweeter.
I know we need more good times in our life, but we will. Every team goes through a rough patch.
You know, I know this might not be relevant, but Scott Hall, rest in peace, once said, "Bad times don't last, but bad guys do."
Yeah.
Man, he was a good wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, he was a great wrestler. He's one of the best wrestlers in the business.
He was. You know, look,
You know, as a rugby league player died today as well.
John Sattler played for South Sydney. His son Scott
Yeah.
played for the Penrith Panthers, and is famous for his tackle in the 2003 grand final.
John Sattler.
Yeah, John Sattler's son. Yeah, John Sattler died today. So,
Yeah.
and his son Scott played for the
Yeah.
Panthers in 2003 grand final.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good match.
Yeah. Then a year later, the
That was
Dogs
a
won
very good match.
their recent and 8th premiership.
I know. I know. But you know, still early in the round. It's too early to Bulldogs are 8th now on the ladder, but the what do they call it? The table is always changing.
It is, Steve. Like, it's early in season, you know. Like, I mean, anything can happen, my friend.
I know.
Yeah.
Miracles can happen
That's it, mate.
in this game.
8. Oh, man. We've got to beat the Warriors this week, man.
We need to. They're playing in New Zealand. You want to go?
I
My
wish.
grandma's like, "Oh, you want to go?" I'll be like, "Hell yeah, I'll go."
Yeah. Wouldn't mind, but
Yeah, you know that's what you got to do.
that's it.
Wonder how the weather is in New Zealand. Anyway, it'd be a lot cooler than here. That's football. They play in all types of weather. It's just what we do, and it's life, isn't it? But I think that yes, you know, you got to see it from fans' point of view as well. That people want to be entertained. I guess you there. Looks like I lost you. But no, that's what life is. It's all about entertainment in the game and enjoying time while we can as well. Is what I believe in. You know, I feel now that yeah, the world is always changing. I guess the whole economy of the world economy in general, is changing at the same time as well. So yeah, look, I guess I'll leave it there. I'd like to say, it just looked like we got a bit of technical glitches at the moment. But that's okay. It was a great episode with Sean Sammut as well. Sean, thanks for coming on the Stephen Shields radio show. It's always great to have you on. It's always wonderful to have a great conversation with you, and always enjoy this time with you. Great day at Belmore Oval yesterday. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show. Turn on your notifications wherever you get a new podcast. New podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Bye for now.